Hi and welcome to OTC. I'm your host, Buddy1927. We are continuing the discussion on the different types of tanks in World of Tanks. Episode 7, we are talking about tank destroyers. Tank destroyers are vehicles designed specifically to destroy tanks. They have the more powerful weapons than most of the vehicles of the same tier and are able to penetrate targets they encounter. Tank destroyers, except several American, the British VF-215B-183 and the new German line of tank destroyers, lack the turret and must reposition themselves to aim at the target. However, this design usually gives the tank destroyer more effective use of concealment due to the low profile. The heaviest tank destroyer can weigh up to 135 tons. The fastest tank destroyer can reach speeds up to 72 kilometers per hour. Armor on tank destroyers can reach a thickness of 305 millimeters. Only the Arty have the more powerful weapons. Tank destroyers are excellent ambush vehicles. Their increased concealment abilities allow them to gain the upper hand in a battle by using the elements of surprise to acquire the first strike advantage. However, the lack of a turret and the general lack of defensive abilities means that the enemy can quickly gain the upper hand by using flanking maneuvers, leaving the tank destroyer helpless to defend themselves. Thus, the tank destroyer is generally not effective in close quarter battles unless protected and supported by medium or heavy tanks. If it cannot find a position for an effective ambush, a tank destroyer can provide an excellent fire support by hanging behind the front lines and engaging targets of opportunity. Alternatively, tank destroyers provide an effective area of denial in close areas, such as city streets, especially in the case of higher tier tank destroyers with a strong frontal armor. Artillery presents a significant problem for the tank destroyers, as they are easier for the artillery to damage due to the lack of turret, making their entire topside a weak spot. They absolutely must rely on the existing cover or relocate if spotted. Tank destroyers are well-equipped machines, are meant to take out the enemy armor from long distances, completely unseen. Find a good hiding spot, switch to sniper mode, and eliminate easy targets from across the map. Hit and run. Find a good cover so your tank destroyer will stay hidden until you attack. After you fire, be sure to find a new hiding place immediately. Keep your eyes on the target. The front of your armor will keep you protected in a firefight as long as you remain facing forwards. Here's a clip of a tank destroyer in action. Okay, we are in the American T110E4. This is a Tier 10 turreted TD. This is actually my Tier 10 TD. It actually has a pretty good gun. What I'm going to first do is actually set up, see if I can shoot across this lake and maybe get some shots as the enemy goes to the city. We've got a lot of tanks going down the valley, very few actually going towards the city, which this is an encounter map. And we're going to see if we can get any shots off. Guard target, but actually don't. No one here is actually doing any good scouting. That's the sad part. That target's behind buildings and disappears from my line of sight. And I also noticed that we don't have that many tanks going on the right side, going towards the cap. So I'm gonna wait a couple seconds here, see if there's any more lights. We got a couple in the valley, which is no good to me. I can't get the one in the city because he's behind the buildings. We have about the same number of people going down the lakeside road as we have in the city. See if I can. Nope, he's behind the building. So I'm actually going to go over to the city to see if I can actually help out and support the heavy tanks over here. As I'm going, I'm trying to take a look, see if I can get any hits as I go down any of these alleyways. I see there's two heavies, and they're actually backing up. Let me see if they need some support. We are very lost, so we've got 3 tanks in the city right now. I'm kind of using the buildings to cover myself. Instead of being aggressive, these tanks are actually backing up. And I really don't know why. The enemy's well fortified. Instead of taking the cover, using the cover that's in front of them, they're actually backing up so they don't get shot. The enemy's behind the building. I'll try to see if I can get any shots off, but I really don't have any shots. I've been spotted, as you can see that little blue face. Use some of this cover here to keep myself protected. I'm gonna try to move forward. This heavy does not know, neither one of these heavies know which way they want to go. They're screaming for help. I just got tracked, no damage. Fired a shot, did 911 damage on that one tank. Again, I got tracked. No, still no damage. This is the reason why you want your tank TD facing your enemy, because the armor up front is a lot heavier than on the sides of the rear of the tank. One of the advantages of turning TD is you can turn the tank towards, you can turn the turret towards your target. And that was a missed shot. Reloading. One thing I always want to do when I'm in my TD, I want to make sure my shot counts, because it does have a low volume load time. As you see, that I did 1010 damage on that with that one shot. So far we got 1921 in damage. And now these heavies decide to come back. As you can see, I don't have a clear shot, so I don't take a shot. I decided to back up because I know I'm going to get shot at. Ricochet. And he's actually positioning himself behind the buildings. And there I don't have a clear shot, so I hold my shot. You want to always make sure that your shot counts, because especially in the higher tiers where you have a longer reload time. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to use some of this cover. This heavy really does not know what he's doing. All he's doing is using this building to hide behind instead of taking shots at the enemy.
We've lost the track. We've lost some ammo, but at least it didn't explode.
I actually missed on that shot. I'll back up. While I'm reloading, I'm going to try to take this opportunity, since they're concentrating right now on that heavy tank. I've been spotted again. I'm just going to knock these walls back up a little bit. I actually gave myself a 30% angle on there. There we go. Let's wait for the reload. He's out of sight. Don't have a clear shot on anybody right now. Okay, reload is done. Back up. Boom! Take out one tank. 857 damage on him. As you can see, I'm actually about ready to die. I don't know what this tank in front of me is going to do, but I'm actually going to try to scare him a little bit. I have no shot on the tank on cap. But as you can see, this is my presence. I'm actually scaring them a little bit, getting them to actually pull back. Okay, I'm going to see what I can do to help reset this cap and maybe get a shot on cap. Okay. Now they got the cap cleared. Okay. As you can see, we are doing good damage. We've got 2 tanks left. We end up winning this match. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please hit like on YouTube. Any comments, please leave it on YouTube or in the forums. You all have a good day.